Another 735 new cases of COVID-19 reported in Arkansas today. The total number has now passed 47,000 since the outbreak began. Another 7 deaths also reported today, and 514 patients are hospitalized. More than 39,000 have recovered. The River Valley becoming one of the areas with the fastest growing number of new infections. In Sebastian County, the positivity rate has risen to about 20% in recent days, with the 2-week rolling average represented by the blue dots there now at around 15%.